Call to order the City Hammond Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for January 9th, 2014. Roll call. Here. Item 4, the approval of the minutes of the meeting of January 2nd.
I didn't get a chance to review them, did you? Nope. I'd like to make a motion that we defer action.
I concur. Item A, we have a notice of violation at 5664 Walter. We also have correspondence from Attorney Peterson requesting a continuance for discovery.
Is that you?
Yes.
You're not Attorney Peterson.
No, but I'm from Attorney Peterson's office. I believe that motion should have been for me requesting a continuance. Look at the signature. Okay.
How long are you looking for, Ms.
We're just looking to continue it until the next regular hearing of the Board of Public Works, i.e. next Thursday, the 16th.
What's the reason for it?
The reason is that we have tendered a request to the city and we have not received the full production that we require in order to defend against the notice of violation charges.
What haven't you received?
We have not received copies of the older permits, the permit history, and I just yesterday received a partial production from the city at the very end of the day. I've had a quick chance to glance over it, but it is deficient in my opinion, and I need to speak with someone to get the rest of what we require.
Everything in this folder has been received by them.
Well, could you meet after the meeting to make sure that she has all the documents? Because I know the mail hasn't been very reliable over the last couple weeks.
It was picked up by
It,
Oh, it was picked up?
it was picked up after the motion. I spoke to someone, Matthew Saliga. I spoke to him regarding the production, and I got it. I got the partial production yesterday at about 4 o'clock. He indicated he had mailed it to me previously. I had not received it via mail, and
Well, that's fine. If you didn't receive your documents until yesterday at 4 o'clock, there's no reason we can't continue this.
right, I
We
just
still have
need
a
an
lot of time
opportunity to
review
look
the-
over it, and
Of
like I
course.
said, I believe it's deficient.
I'd like to recommend that we continue this until next week.
I concur. What's the date? 16th. January 16th. See you.
Okay,
Pat, thank you.
thank you.
Item B, is this one owner for these 4 addresses, or?
Yes, Tom Culver. He's my client. Morning, Happy New Year to everybody. On item B, I've still got some work to do. I started going through the permit books, but I haven't finished, so if I could get another 30 days on that.
Which address is that?
Each of them, 951 Sibley,
Oh, all of them?
yeah,
That was February 20th.
that's fine.
I'd like to make a recommendation that we grant a continuance to February 20th.
I concur.
Thank you. On items C, D, E, and F, those are all my clients. We met just before Christmas with Mr. Cook and Ms. Cantar, went over some ideas to resolve these. I passed those on to my clients. I'm in the process of meeting with them. They're getting some prices to see what's feasible. So hopefully we'll have agreements on all, if not most all of them, within the next 30 days, I would think.
So you want a continuance on all those then for 30
If
days?
that's agreeable, that would be fine.
Yes. I'll recommend that we continue until February 20th.
I concur.
C, D, E, and F.
That's fine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Matthews. Item G, 627 Kane. 627 Kane,
This was Attorney Funk. I don't know if he sent any correspondence. Okay. He-
Although, just, we haven't gotten mail for a couple of days.
He requested this date. Anyway, we're asking for the removal of the second floor apartment, no permits to convert, and no fire separation.
There's nobody here representing that property?
The attorney's not here.
Do you want to make a motion to approve?
I don't know if he's not here, so it's weather related or?
Do we have any contact
Here
from
on
the
next
attorney
one either.
as to why he's not here?
I have a letter from his office that he requested this hearing to be continued to a date in December or January. This was the date given.
Should we defer action on this, maybe?
You know, just because of the weather and the fact that the mail hasn't gone out in 2 days, I don't know, perhaps we should set it over a week and fax something to his office?
Yeah, and we could try to contact him during the week to find out what's going on.
I'm gonna do that for the next two, because it doesn't look like
Yeah, it's
item
23rd.
H, there's any attorneys here for item H either.
I'd like to recommend that we hold these both over for one week and attempt to contact the attorneys to find out why they were not present.
I concur. Reset these for January 16th. Item I, we have correspondence from Chief Miller requesting the approval of the retirement of a police officer and the resignation of a police officer, as well as the approval of the hiring of 4 other police officers and disposal authorizations.
I'd like to recommend that we approve the chief's requests.
I concur. Item J, Speedway
The groundwater monitoring?
and Porters, yes, has requested some.
Yeah. I'd like to make a motion that we approve their request to do groundwater monitoring on public right-of-way.
I concur. Item K. Wide Open West is requesting a release of their bond.
Was that for work that they've done? I'd like to make a motion that we approve their request.
I concur. Item L. We have some plans from Taco Bell submitted for approval.
Yeah, this is a modification to their subdivision plan, and it includes a easement for Petro's Restaurant that actually their building abuts up against the property, and you can't exit the building from the emergency exit without coming onto Taco Bell's property. So they've worked this out between themselves, and I'd like to recommend that we approve and sign off on the easement.
I concur. Item 6, are there any matters from board members?
Yes, I have, I think 3 matters, or at least 2. No, 2. The first one is a recommendation from Robinson Engineering on the 3rd District street lighting project. There were 2 bidders. Midwestern Electric was the low bidder at $39,243.65. I'd like to recommend that we concur with their recommendation and make the award to Midwestern Electric.
I concur.
The next item is a letter from the chief on a disciplinary action. He's requesting that the board approve the disciplinary action.
Recommend that we approve the disciplinary action, Mr.
Yes.
Stanley? I concur. Is there any other matters?
That's it.
Is there any new or old business from department heads? Public expression, the meeting is now open to the public. Anybody from the public wishing to address the board, now is your opportunity to do so.
Good morning. My name is Dale Parrish, and I'm here on behalf of Bethany Child Care and Development Center. I'm here because we received a notice on our property located at 918, 922 Highland Street for demolition of the building because it was unsafe. And I would just like to know why, because it was never deemed unsafe when we had city officials come out earlier this spring, in 2013, the spring of 2013, nor was the building listed as unsafe. We are currently trying to sell the property and have a few people that are interested in buying it. And I just want to know why now it was being targeted for demolition. And I was never notified as the person in charge of the building. I just got this notice on the 13th of December, and I showed the property on the 20th. My broker showed the property on the 20th for sale.
Is this matter set the demolition hearing on the 30th? Is it the 30th or is it February? What's the date is set? Next week, the 16th.
This is opening bid.
Okay, opening bid. That means it's already been affirmed for demolition at a previous hearing. So if any person wants to save the property, they need to meet with the building commissioner, arrange for an inspection, and he will prepare an inspection report. If it's for opening a bid next week, that means it was already affirmed for demolition at the previous hearing, October 17th.
Okay.
Between October 17th and January 16th, and no repairs have been made on the property.
Well, who notified us? Nobody was notified.
Okay, I don't have the file with me. I will have the file with me next week for the 16th, and we can go through it. However, since it's 10 days beyond the day it's been ordered, the order can only be rescinded by repairs.
But can I get what's in the file?
Sure.
Show of notice?
Make an appointment with the building commissioner, arrange for an inspection. He'll walk through and tell you everything that's wrong with the property, but it's been boarded up and vacant for probably over a year now.
No, that's incorrect.
Almost a year? I mean, it's going really close.
Good morning. My name is Carlotta Blake King, and I am the listing associate broker for the property. I've been diligently showing the property to investment contractors and brokers, and no one at any time indicated that the property was deemed unsafe. A lot of work to be done. And in terms of an inspection, I opened up the building this spring for the inspectors to go through the building, and myself and another responsible party was present. And after that inspection, they only indicated to us it would require a lot of work, and anyone that, any of your potential buyers, make sure they come to the city for the proper permits. Official notice is required for any demolition. I'm quite aware of that as an associate broker and having to go through this before. The fact that there's been no official notice to any of the responsible parties, and if the attorney has already indicated the property is vacant, so why would you send a notice to Dale Parish to a vacant property? Had I not showed the property on the 20th, all this would have been the property would have been demoed, and we would not had a clue. I am showing the property. Even the potential buyer had her own contractor to go through the property. At no time did they deem it unsafe. It's doable. It's workable. We had a tenant in the property last year. We only had to put him out because he failed to pay the rent. So to deem a property unsafe and not for any...
That's not the point to redo the hearing. If you did show the property, then you did see the notices taped to the front door for both the October...
No, but I mean, that's not proper notice. No, it is not. It is, no, it's not. I mean, well, it's not morally. You all know us. We are no strangers to this city. Dale, is an upright citizen. Ms. Weems, 32 years with this city. I mean, to just throw something up and I just haphazardly find it, and it said it, according to this notice, there should have been a return receipt requested. If no one ever responded to the notice, why would you proceed? And Dale, anybody can go through the assessor's records and get his proper address. You have that information, do you not?
The Building Act sets up specific statutory requirements for notice, which were complied with, which included posting a notice on the door, which you have in your hand, of the October 17th hearing.
Only because I showed the property. I saw it on the 20th. I pass this property every day. On the 13th, I mean, I didn't notice it until the 20th.
So have any repairs been made since October 20th when you did notice it.
No one has given us any indications of what the repairs. We don't have a list of repairs to be made.
Since October 20th, have you contacted the building department to inquire what repairs are required on the property?
They inspected the property. They never notified us of any. I was there under the inspection. They never indicated. We never got a letter after that inspection. I'm the listing broker. He asked me outright, Ms. King, are you the responsible party? I said yes. The sign has been on that property, very visible. They know I'm the listing broker. You talked to me during the inspection, but you never sent me a notice, or the responsible party a notice of any required work. That's correct. No one sent we don't know, how could we repair something that we are not aware that it needs repair? When we actively have a buyer ready to purchase, had our own contractors come through the property, at no point did they indicate that it was beyond repair. And now we get this. It just prevents, good, hardworking citizens. I mean, we're no strangers to this community. We're hardworking people. We're trying to get this building up and going for the use for children. The building should not be demolished. I mean, if you want to do it, at least go through the proper channels. We had a right, an official right, to know what the city inspectors found when they inspected the property in the spring of 2013. Never given that written information. So we're here today just requesting, if you want to do it, let's start all over. I mean, if you want to give us proper notice, we're here. Give us proper notice that you have the intent to, and give us an opportunity to, I mean, we have a buyer on hand. I mean, we will go back and tell her the building is now going to be demolished.
Then the buyer needs to go and meet with the building commissioner and walk.
She's a potential buyer. It's not closed.
I don't have to file, I'll have it next week.
Next
week.
The board of
The board of directors, they asked, you sent it to Dale. Why would you send it? Well, I was the one that opened the property. Ms. Weems was present.
there-
Tara Weems was
Okay,
present.
Ms. King, Ms. King.
She was present. They know Tara Weems. She's been with the city 32 years. Everybody knows how to contact Ms. Weems. We were present at the inspection.
Ms. King.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else? I mean, the public expression is for you to address us.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, they're
If
talking
you
to me.
guys-
I'm sorry.
Sure, if you guys want to have a conversation with the building department, you're obviously welcome to do so. But I think the board has gotten an understanding of your request and what your issues are.
Yes, sir.
And if there's anything else, we'll listen to you and take it under advisement right now.
Well, we have a letter. You want to submit the letter so you can review the letter. We've put our request in letter form. So that,
Recommendations
so you
for-
are the responsible parties that we're to be dealing with the Board of Works. Is that correct, sir? And my understanding, when buildings are unsafe, they are tagged. The home next to me was tagged unsafe. As a licensed realtor and attending every realtor's broker that the mayor facilitates, he assured us pure cooperation, and I don't see any cooperation with this at all.
Is there a demolition order on it right now?
Mr. Destani, I don't have the file because this isn't even set today. This
Here's
is
the notice.
next week.
Here's the notice.
October 17th was the demolition hearing date on the property.
The 16th, the letter indicates the 16th.
That's the open bid date.
Okay.
It was ordered demolished, the demolition order was recorded on the property in October of 2013. No repairs were made. A copy of the notice was posted on the door. So if this property was being shown, whoever was showing it would see that it was set for demolition hearing. The bids will be open to determine the price of demolition of this property next week. Next week, when that is occurring, I will have those files. I don't have them today. And I can show all the notice in compliance with Indiana's Unsafe Building Act. And under the Indiana Unsafe Building Act, it does not have to be beyond repair. There's a statutory list of criteria. Vacant, unsafe for use at its current status is one of the reasons. The building needs substantial, it's been sitting vacant in the weather for close to a year, if not a year already. And this was a process that was commenced back in August, is when the notices went out. The notices are required to go to the registered owner of the property as it appears on the title work. A notice is also published, and a notice is also placed on the door. So if any person is there coming to visit the premises, make repairs, or show it, the notice will be posted. I have a photograph of the notice of October 17th hearing date posted on the front of the door.
Well, with the weather,
Nobody knows, or we should be searching for people in other places, is a fallacy and not in accordance with Indiana law.
Fallacy or not, the key word is a notice of inspection. How can anybody make any repairs if no one has been, advised to? No, I mean, you can't make repairs if you're not being properly notified. And with this weather and the wind, I barely found that notice. And it's a return receipt requested, and there's no receipts in the building. I mean, they know no one was never properly notified of this property. Never. I mean, Dale's no stranger. I'm no stranger. Miss Weems no stranger. You know where we live. And the property was inhabited last year. We leased it out, and they were working on the property. There's evidence that work is being done on that property, but again, we had to let him go because he failed to pay rent.
Is there anything else?
No, sir. I mean, what is the next step, sir?
Is it possible that I could get the information that the attorney stated that she sent out a mail in advance to the meeting?
Of course.
Because I haven't received any correspondence about the building being torn down or repairs being made prior to.
Of course, Mr. Parrish, the law department would be happy to give you copies of everything that's been.
What are the possibilities of this whole thing being rescinded?
None. The only step now is to contact the building commissioner, have an inspection performed, get an inspection report, and enter an agreement to rehabilitate the property. Somebody is going to fix it. It cannot sit like it's been sitting for another year.
How's it sitting? I'm just curious. How's it
Vacant,
sitting?
boarded up, and an eyesore.
It's one piece of board on the building.
One piece of board.
Is there power to the building?
No, there isn't.
Okay, so it's got no power, no.
How many buildings in this city is in the same condition,
right,
and you're going to sit here and target that?
You know what, Ms. King, we're not going to have another hearing right now, okay?
Yes,
please,
sir.
Please. You said there's no more information you want to relate to the board. I
Well, I
asked you if
asked
there was
the
any more
question.
information, and since there's none, I'm going to ask that you give up the floor for any other members of the public that want to speak to the board. If there's other information you want to relate to the building department or the law department, you're welcome to do so. Okay? Is that fair?
That's right.
All right.
In closing, is it possible that I can get that information today? Because I have not been notified. So I don't know what I'm faced with. And to have to wait until next week's meeting for the opening bid, I think that's totally unfair.
Sure. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to get it to you by the end of the business today if the law department's able to. Is there anybody else for public expression that wishes to address the board? Seeing none, is there a recommendation to adjourn?
I'll make that recommendation.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.